And now, you are listening to the Teamheel podcast, live, brought to you by Spreadshirt.com with Heel Steven, Non-Legit Wrestling, OKFabe, and Chase Oliver, ready to shoot the shit with each and every one of you live.
Titles. And you see a title, I see some titles. Do we all see titles though? Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 161 of the Teamheel podcast. It's live. It's finally here. It's Wednesday, August 24th, 2016. Damn, summer's almost over. Then again, I don't know. Depending how you look at it, but that's just no here or there right now. Thank you all tonight for tuning in live. If you are watching us live, or if not, if you're listening to this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, SoundCloud, and over at Google Play Music. We're taking your live call in just a little bit. But again, guys, thank you all tonight for tuning in live. As always, I'm Heel Steven.
And I'm Connor, a.k.a. OKFabe.
Connor, how you been, bro? How you been?
Exhausted. I'm just... Long as we... It's funny, we were at WrestleMania, and I wasn't this tired. It's SummerSlam weekend. We've had, you went to Brooklyn and SummerSlam, which is amazing. But I don't know
and Evolve.
Comparatively how tired. And Evolve. So I've been running around all over the place. I did a live stream right after NXT TakeOver back to Brooklyn. I did my SummerSlam review. I did a SummerSlam reaction right with Joe Cronin right after. I did post-Raw rundown. Not only did I do a SmackDown review for One Wrestling, but I also went on Joe Cronin's SmackDown reviews. It's just like, jeez. And then I just uploaded literally right before we got on the Cruiserweight Classic.
Bless your heart, dude. Bless you.
Just keep going. The struggle's real.
The struggle is real. The struggle of the content creator life is fucking real. People just don't. Sometimes they don't understand. I feel like, you know what I mean. But yeah, dude, this weekend for me, overall, damn, I'm just tired. And I'm still tired. Keep this in mind. It's Wednesday. It's fucking Wednesday, and I am still out of the loop. You know what I mean? I went back to work on Tuesday. I went back to work. And it was like, all right, guys, back to the old grind. I posted on Twitter too. Like I posted shit on Twitter. Guys, back to the old grind. Orlando # WrestleMania 33 is not gonna pay itself, you know.
Right.
And I realized, like, oh damn, it's not gonna pay itself. And you think about it too, like, yo, September's almost here, meaning trial packages will be announced real soon, if you will. Mm-hmm. So be on the lookout when that happens. All right. But yeah, dude, again, overall, this weekend I had a blast. I was able to go with friends. Saturday I went to Evolve and I went to take over Brooklyn with my buddies, Not Legit Wrestling, aka Walter, was on this show most of the time, and Eric, aka DJ Eric, had a fun blast in Brooklyn. It rained on Saturday. It fucking rained, which was so fucking annoying. Cause you don't prepare for it, like, you know what I mean. You just walk, you when you don't expect it, but it fucking happens. You know what I mean?
Which is pretty much all the time. I mean, nobody really prepares for rain.
No. So it's like, because again, over here in Jersey, it was a fucking beautiful day. It was fucking beautiful. I remember literally that Saturday, I got up from bed, I got dressed, got on the Uber. That's right, I use Uber. Uber is life, and it's funny. I used to hate Uber. I used to hate it, but Uber now is life. Like, if my girl would listen to this shit right now, she'd be so proud. Like, Uber is the shit, dude. Uber is life. Uber is our friend, which I've literally used this whole weekend. That whole weekend I used Uber.
Fuck your Zipcar.
I guess so. So yeah, I got there. I met up with Eric. We got on the train, head over to New York. We went to Taco Bell. Then we literally walked the Times Square to meet up with Walter. Then we got on the subway. From there, we took the Uber. Okay, there was no fucking way we were taking Uber from Manhattan to Brooklyn. That would have been so much guap.
To be, we were talking about this before, and there was a possibility of me going to SummerSlam and all these meetups and stuff. And, watching your vlogs on your channel, youtube.com/HeelSteven.
Made you regret not going?
Well, it made me regret not going in the sense of meeting up with you guys. But as far as the show itself,
Yeah. We'll get into that. We'll get into SummerSlam, I guess, if you will. But again, listen, guys. Keep this in mind. I'm going to talk from the perspective of someone that went live. I didn't watch the playback because I was so fucking tired. Like, literally, that Sunday I came back home, I worked on the vlog. Not even that, I'm bullshitting you guys right now. I went home, I knocked out. Monday afternoon, I worked on the vlog for day 2.
boom.
Day 1, I came back from TakeOver Brooklyn. I went to the Chicken Shack, and I got home. Went to the Chicken Shack, bought me some food, watched TakeOver Brooklyn, at the same time edited day 1. Yeah, like I said, the life of the content creator is no fucking it's serious. It's serious. You know what I mean? But
I mean, I upload a video a day now.
yeah, but that's true. But hey, guys, we got in the comments we have Andre Corbeil. Well, great video title. Thanks, Andre. We have some guy named OK Fabe. Don't forget titties or titles. My bad.
Andre, if you're watching this, I love you.
Me too, Andre. You're amazing. You're great. Believe me. We got the Angry Mart. We got also Lawrence Yakovone. I apologize if I botched your name. The USA Network, please stop being a bitch and let's Raw go back to 2 hours. It's a shame that we have to crown a new McDonald's champion. Hey guys, from Lawrence Yakovone. But overall though, listen, SummerSlam, and I'll say this again. You're talking to someone right now. Well, my bad. You're listening to someone who went there, and also a guy who watches it from home. All right. For me, I'll say this: it had a good start. Out of nowhere, the shit went downhill.
I don't think it was out of nowhere. I think it was pretty well
Now, it
planned.
went to me, yo. It went downhill after Cena versus Styles.
Right.
That's what to me. No. I get it for a lot of people.
The women's championship match, I think, was a little too much too soon, but
I mean, at the same time, it's like it's SummerSlam though. You're not gonna have that go in before Brock versus Brock, or you're not gonna have that go in before Cena, or they did. Actually, the fuck am I talking about? They did. But yeah. I mean, again, listen. Overall, I had a fun time. All right, I had a fun time. Being there in Brooklyn, I try to look at the positive things. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Not just completely shit on everything. Like, oh my god, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Like, I know Elena. She did a vlog. She did a rant in her, like literally on her car coming back, which is fine. Again, to each their own. You know what I mean? To each their own. All right. But again, for me, I try to look at the positive things. I got to chill with my friends. I got to meet up with people. People approached me. It's funny. So as I'm going to Barclays Center for Takeover Brooklyn, the guy saying I'm thinking, oh, what's up, Heel Steven? I'm like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Like, completely thrown off guard. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure, like, when you get noticed, right? Do you get, like, a little thrown off guard? Like, oh, crap. You know what I mean? Like, out of nowhere and shit?
Well, we've known each other for so long, and I've said this very publicly, like, and I don't want to come off like I'm
Exactly. Yeah, neither do I.
arrogant, but like if you look at the stuff that I've been able to do in this last year plus on YouTube, it's ridiculous. Like I should not be in the position I'm in. I'm really should not be between all the different opportunities I've been given. But yeah, when I got recognized a couple of times, and it's just like, I treat it like someone you've run into, like an old high school friend. Hey man, how's it going? I don't treat it as like, I'm a big fan of yours. You need to understand, people. I am not special. I am not that special. I mean, I know a lot of you guys are will probably say otherwise, which I'm gratefully appreciative of. But I'm just a regular wrestling fan, just like the rest of you guys, having a good time and just doing my thing. So.
Exactly. So overall, again, I'll say this to everyone. To me, the show went downhill after Cena versus Styles, which I thought was probably the best match of the night. Probably the best match of the night. To me, the match of the weekend was Revival versus Gargano and Ciampa.
That you couldn't top that. That's probably one of the best tag team wrestling matches I've seen in probably the last 5 years.
And people were saying this after Takeover. Like people were trying to compare it to last year's. No, there's no way you could. There's no way. I even went in, like I told this to Walter and Eric. Like, yo, there's no way they're gonna top last year's. No fucking way. I thought last year.
The first one had the first one had such a special feel to it. There's no there, you know what I mean? Because it's the first time they were there. You know, I mean,
It had that magical touch. It had that magic feel. It's like, okay, it's like, let me try to give you an analogy here. I know people are gonna say, "Oh my god, bad pun." Oh well, but I don't give a fuck. It's like when you have sex for the first time with this girl that you like. You know what I mean? It's that first time you're doing it. It's special. It's magical. And then after that, you keep doing it again and again and again. It's not so magical after. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, you know, it's funny. A lot of people said, and I can kind of see the resemblance here. A lot of people compared NXT Brooklyn to like the very first WrestleMania in the sense of like, wow, it made it. Wow, it's like this level. And in wrestling, it's in general. I don't care if it's a match. I don't care if it's a character. I don't care if it's a storyline. I don't care if it's an event. You can never duplicate anything.
You can't. Absolutely.
You never. Whether
never.
it be a storyline, whether it be an angle, whether it be you know, an atmosphere, you're not going to do it. You can try your damnedest, but you're just not going to be able to pull it off. And while I'm trying not to take anything away from Brooklyn 2, it was a good show. It was a very good show. Was it the best NXT Takeover special they've ever done? No, but
was better to me.
You know, I feel kind of bad in a sense for like the other match because I thought like Revival and Ciampa Gargano tore it down so much that it took the wind out of the sails a little bit for Asuka and Bayley and then Nakamura Joe. Although I think towards the end of Nakamura Joe, they kind of got their spring in their step back. But like, to be honest, and I only say this because to be honest, I would have put the tag team titles right after No Way Jose and Austin Aries if it was going to be that good. And then I would have done Bobby Roode right before the women's title. I would have still kept the women's title and the NXT championship at the end.
Yeah.
But I would have, you know.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I thought overall, though, again, TakeOver Brooklyn was a good show. They obviously did SummerSlam. You know what I mean? But keep this in mind. This is what I kind of hated, too. People were saying, dear SummerSlam, topped out. Like, yo, keep this in mind. SummerSlam didn't happen when people were writing that. But the same time, like, yo, really? Because I thought at the time going in, SummerSlam had a way better card than TakeOver.
On paper, I mean? SummerSlam's card was amazing.
Yeah, on paper. But just the fucking, you know, delivery was just God. You know what I mean?
Well, there was a whole. Okay.
First and foremost, who the hell? I thought the set for SummerSlam was beautiful. I thought it was great. To my understanding, that's gonna be like the new Raw set. Good for them. But if I'm gonna change the fucking ring post, no.
Why? I'm fine with that. I kind of like it.
It's jumbo size now.
So who gives a shit?
It's jumbo size. I don't know. It just feels jumbo.
Shit. All right, look. You want to know what the honest biggest like takeaways from SummerSlam as far as what they should have done. Number one, the Roman Rusev match. I don't know why the hell they did that. I don't know why the hell they threw the match away, especially considering what we got on Raw, where like nothing came of it. Nothing. I mean, granted, they didn't know Finn was injured, and they were kind of scrambling to write things at the last minute because of the vacated Universal Championship. But I mean, I would have switched Raw and SummerSlam, like the Raw before SummerSlam, like with Roman Rusev or the honor of Lana and all that crap. I personally would have just, switched it, have that brawl happen on Raw, and then freaking. You know what we got, have that amazing match they had at SummerSlam. I wouldn't even give a shit if Roman went over because their match at Raw was amazing. Yeah, the other big thing was the Universal Championship, and actually I'm going to give credit to Tubby Emu because he was the one who actually said this. He said that what they should have done was introduce the Universal Championship after the match between Seth and Finn, which I completely 100% agree because. When the Brooklyn crowd, when you were there, when they saw the championship,
people were going in. Yo, literally, chants started from my section. I'll be real. I chuckled when they were doing the new. Either they were going for themes like like new Day Rock, like change the title, or the John Cena's like that bell sucks, that bell sucks. There's so many variations of it. And listen, again, I'll be honest with you guys. Looking back at that title, and I agree. It's not the belt I would have gone with, but I get what they're going with. I get the whole notion they want everything to be the same. They're going MMA route, where literally if the UFC, all their titles are the same, are the same design. You know what I mean? Same thing with Bellator. So I get what they're going with, but at the same time, it's just not. No. But and to be fair, oh, Elena's in the comment. I love my besties. We love you too. To the people that are, and I get it, it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I understand. I get it 100%. All right, but let's not act like we've seen even worse designed belts.
Well, here's the thing, though.
You get what I mean, though. Like, let's not.
No,
I'm sure you and everyone in the chat have seen way worse belt designs. Am I right?
Here's the pros and cons of that. Are they trying to create the same feel with the UFC championships? I can somewhat understand that. But number one, this isn't MMA. This is WWE. This is pro wrestling. Number two, they stressed such of the importance of they stretch such importance of this brand split. Raw is going to be different and SmackDown's going to be different. It's going to have distinct rosters, distinct pay-per-views. And yet, if you look at the championships on paper, there are a total now of 8 championships in WWE. The World Title, Universal, US Intercontinental, WWE Tag, SmackDown Tag, which I'm going to get to that in a minute, Women's, and SmackDown Women's. So if you look at them on paper, all the championships look almost exactly the same, with the exception of the tag team titles, but those are both the same on each show, and the Intercontinental and the US Championship. That's to me that's kind of ridiculous.
And I agree
tell
with you
me
on
that you're gonna.
And I agree with that. And again, the way I'm looking at it, they're going the MMA route. Every belt looks the same. You know what I mean?
You're not distinguishing the difference of the shows. You're not. If your goal is to make Raw and SmackDown separate and different, which was what I was told, I don't know about you. This is not the route to go.
I get that, but people are again. Listen, the people that are complaining about the belt. I'll say this right now as well. Yes, be upset about it now. Let it out. Let it out now, because I guarantee you guys, in a couple of months from now, you guys will grow on it. It'll grow on you.
I'll be honest with you, the SmackDown Tag Team titles have actually grown on me. Originally, I hated them, but they have grown on me. And honestly, the SmackDown Women's Championship is not that bad. To be honest with you, I actually like the way the Women's Championship looks on SmackDown versus Raw, like with the blue background versus the red. But obviously, the Universal title is just absolute sheer laziness.
Yeah. Reading the comments here by WWE TNA, yes, WWE could have been more creative with the title design, for sure, but I really like the new SmackDown. And I agree with you. I think the SmackDown belts look good. I think based off, they didn't change anything. Let's say on the women's title, yeah, they changed it's just still the white strap, just the blue backing on it. The tag titles, they're actually silver. They're no longer pennies, now they're dimes or nickels. You know what I mean? So, I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with it. But guys, if you guys really want to go that route and crap on belt designs, have you guys seen the NXT title? That's Alpha.
Okay, I want to know your beef with that.
It's not a beef. I'm just saying, if people are gonna crap on title designs, on how they look.
No, I'm not. Okay, you want to know my main issue with the championship's design is the lack of distinguishability. That's my big issue with it. The NXT championship, you know why I don't mind the NXT championship? Because it's supposed to represent NXT. So having it just be NXT, I'm fine with.
I don't know. Maybe because I'm used. I don't know. Maybe because. Watching a lot of belts over the years, you always see the diamond, the stones. I'm used to that. You know what I mean? That's my thing. All right. But, you know what? End of the day, listen, I'm sure all of us, we've seen worse design belts in the past. I'm sure we all have.
True.
May I remind you guys of the TNA World Title from like 2000?
Let me ask you a question, Steven. Let me ask you this.
Sure.
If and this is just throwing this out there. If they, back in 2002, remember when they did the introduction of the world title?
Yeah.
Right. What if they just brought that as a copied championship of the undisputed belt?
Then yeah, I guess so. But they call it the World Heavyweight title, though.
Right, but it's a red version of the Undisputed Championship.
Pretty much.
But no, I'm asking you if they did that in 2002 when they gave Triple H the world title, but the belt design was the exact same as what the Undisputed Championship was back then, with a red background, would you be pissed?
Back then I would not care because I wasn't really into the whole thing. But now, if you were to took me right now as I am back
Yep.
in time, yeah, I
Yep.
would, a little bit.
Right. And
But
mind you,
but at the same time though, it'll grow. I know it'll grow on me. I'm gonna get used to it.
right, well, but here's the thing though. The Undisputed Championship, for the record, is one of my favorite designed championships. One of my favorites. But if you're just gonna make a carbon copy of it and make it red, it's bullshit. If you, like the current WWE World Heavyweight Championship, when they unveiled it, I actually loved it. I love the new logo. I love that it's centered. I love that it's focused like that. I actually really enjoyed that. But I it's not the giant WWE letter that is the issue.
It's the red
To me,
one.
it's the red. It's the red because I like it on the women's. In fact, I praised the women's championship when they debuted it at Mania. I'm like, I love that because it looks like the men's, and it's got the white strap and it's distinguished. I actually like that. But the fact is, the Universal Championship is just, it feels like they just took the Universal title and dipped it into red paint.
I guess what you're saying, but I don't
That's
know.
my big issue.
And that's fine. Yeah, like I said, everyone has a right to their opinion. To each their own. You know, but that's just my thing. You know what I mean? If you really want to go that route, I mean, look at other belts. You know.
Don't get me wrong. There have been much worse.
Remember the butterfly title, the deep that
Right,
butterfly.
right, exactly. I hated that belt. I hated the
hard-
spinner belt. Let's be fair about that one.
Remember the hardcore title? How it looked at first.
To be honest, I actually like the hardcore title.
No. Talking about the remember when fucking Bradshaw and Tommy Dreamer worked? Remember when they won the belt?
Oh, with the license plate?
Yeah, they had the license plate one, and they had one with the bullhorns and shit.
That one was kind of funny, actually. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, that one. But anyway, my point is, it's the design is not necessarily more the issue as it is the reflection of the laziness of WWE to just say, hey, we have an opportunity to make something really cool, creative, and they're just gonna just make a carbon copy, as opposed to having this amazing opportunity. Because if you got Dave Milken, who does all the belts, or Wildcat, or a bunch of other great belt makers, especially, and this is the other part of it too, I think this is the other reason that it pissed so many people off. You're trying to emphasize to us that this championship, the Universal title, right? The Universal Championship is supposed to be on par.
No, I'm reading a comment here. Oh, okay, I'm sure they dipped it in the red paint and fucking dead. No, they dipped it in Eva Marie's period blood and.
I've heard that way too many times. I'm just saying red paint's easier, or spray painted, or dipped it in Orton's blood, whatever you want to call it. But I can't remember what the fuck I was saying now. God damn it.
No, you know what? Honestly, dude, I'll say this right now. That Universal title belt, it would suit Nakamura.
Well, yeah, it's like someone took Nakamura's pant leg. Oh, that's my point. So here's my point with that. You're supposed to make the Universal Championship, in theory, from the way they described all this, it's supposed to be on the same level with the world title.
I know.
Right? So if you're going to give it that much prestige and excellence, why not make it distinct, make it different? You have an uphill battle enough as it is getting this thing over just on the name and the fact that you're pulling this title practically out of nowhere. Granted, Finn had a mini tournament and then blah, 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 but I don't know. It's wasted opportunity.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
That's fine. Teach their own, though. Now, I know we're going back from SummerSlam to Table Brooklyn because again, this is it's us. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
Another praise I'll give is Nakamura's entrance.
Yeah, honestly, that was amazing with the violin player. I love that.
You know what I said? I was saying that to Eric and Walter on the way back home. Yo, I guarantee you they grabbed some random guy who was performing at this. I'm sure you've been to New York before. Right? I'm sure you've been to New York, right? Before in your day.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure you've been on the subway, see some guys perform, and people give them change, or whatever, right?
Right.
I guarantee you they probably found someone from on the subway station just performing. Hey, you want to make like $200? Come over, put on the suit, before Nakamura's entrance.
I mean, shit. I don't give a crap. Whoever
Exactly.
it sounded amazing.
Exactly. Now, honestly, I would have waited for. That's the kind of shit they would probably do at WrestleMania. They probably will still do it. I know Salman says on his podcast, but I can agree with them too. Like they'll probably will say it on.
Yep.
They probably will do it for WrestleMania, but they'll probably have like 100 of them instead of just one.
Yep. Hold that thought, Steven. I gotta go take care of. If I hear a little voice crying in the background, I will be back in just 2 minutes.
You hear voices in his head, and that's fine though. Yes, Elena, the creative team are lazy, but also their soap opera writer rejects and don't acknowledge the WWE Pro Night, and that's true. That's total true. What he wrote here. Okay. Dipped in orange blood and getting raped by Lesnar. Well, that's another thing too. Like, I know a lot of people were upset with Brock and Orton being, the match how it was, and that's fine. To each their own. All right. But here's how I look at it too. Comments here. Okay. Smoke blunt, drink. Okay. To each their own though. To each their own with Orton versus Brock. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I didn't pay to watch an MMA fight. I didn't pay to watch." That's fine. But I guarantee a lot of you are gonna watch an MMA fight in a couple of weeks. Because guess who's fighting in a couple of weeks? Phil Brooks, CM Punk. He's fighting Mickey Gall. And guess what? A lot of you are going to tune in to watch that fight. So that's all I'm saying about that. Okay, Fabe, ask Steven to play the video where you guys say, "Oh, come on, that looks the fucking same." Steven, learn to use your phone and text your bestie more. Okay, I will. The gap of Orton's forehead and got Lesnar was nasty. What's up, Corbin? How you doing? Another thing I want to get into right now, this is kind of a little mini rant, I guess. Not really a rant, more like this is my take on this overall. At the event, I was watching people playing Pokemon Go. Now, keep in mind, I know for a lot of people, Pokemon Go, I get why people love it. It's a cool game, don't get me wrong. I got a lot of friends that still play it. Some of them are Team Valor, some of them are Team Mystic. That's fine, to each their own, right? And here's my only problem with it. Throughout the show, I saw so many motherfuckers playing Pokemon Go in their seats at the arena and shit.
What?
Dude, you won't be surprised, dude. Literally at both TakeOver.
I'm kind of over with it. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of over Pokemon Go. And the only reason is because, like, I don't know. I'm just a little iffy about it, but...
And that's fine, but what I'm saying, though, you have no idea at TakeOver, at SummerSlam, at fucking Evolve, people were in their seats playing Pokemon Go. And here's the thing about it. I don't hate the game. I got friends that still play the game. That's fine. You know what I mean? Granted, they're no longer leaving their house in the middle of the fucking night to walk out to the fucking park at 4 in the morning to catch Pokemon. They're not doing that anymore. But if you're one of these fans, and you sit there at a wrestling show...
Yep.
And you're playing Pokemon Go, go fuck yourself.
Oh, you were telling me about this. Yeah.
Go, I mean, you're in my eyes, you are a low life sack of shit. You can't be trusted.
Here's the funny thing, though. At the end of the day, right?
They pay their money. I get that. But
right. So at the end of the day, who gives a shit?
But in my eyes, listen. If you're one of these fuck that play Pokemon Go at a wrestling show, you can't be trusted. You're a suspect. I can't. I would never. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I wish the next time you go to fucking Wendy's, they put fucking pubic hair on your 4 for $4 fucking junior bacon cheeseburger.
That was the best Wendy's 4 for $4 commercial I probably just heard right now, right there. But anyway,
I hope the next time you go to get your fucking smoothie and shit, someone put jizz in your fucking smoothie.
Jesus. Real quick for the 13 people watching us right now in the chat. I'm actually
report to me when they do Yu-Gi-Oh Go, and you come report back to me.
I don't even know how the fuck that would be going. But anyway, in the chat for the 12 people watching us right now, I want you to leave a comment in the chat letting us know out of everything that happened this last like 5 days between NXT TakeOver back to Brooklyn or Brooklyn 2, whatever the hell you want to call it, leading up to the Cruiserweight Classic that just concluded. Out of all 5 of those days, favorite show, so NXT, SummerSlam, Raw, SmackDown, Cruiserweight Classic, and what was your favorite match out of the whole weekend?
I'll tell you guys what. F that. Let's get some calls in right now. Let's get some calls in.
All right, open it up.
So you guys want to call in right now. The number's on the screen, 718-473-0957. Let your voice be heard. Tell us
What
what
did
was
you just send me?
you'll get a kick out of it. You get a kick out of it. You get a kick out of it when you get a chance to watch it.
Oh my God, it's a
It's fucking funny, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
oh my God, they need to send this to them right now. Ah, it's funny.
Okay, guys, listen. Y'all want to call in 718-473-0813. Let your voice be heard. It's toll
Boom.
free. Give us your thoughts on SummerSlam weekend. What you would have done differently if you're booking WWE. What match you liked.
You don't want to
What
hear
match
mine.
what match you didn't like, and again, your take overall. And yeah, this is the time where you guys can pretend to be bookers, if you will, and have your dreams come true.
Elena just put Steve versus Baconator Fries in Orlando. Book it.
Oh, book it. Exactly. I'm gonna go in on that. You know what's funny though? I know it's funny. Oh, we got 2 people calling in. All right. Here we go. 903, you're on the air. What's up, my man? 903, you on the air?
Hey, what's up? It's a long time to see. It's the Angry Mark.
Weston, what's up, brother? How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. I finally reached 100 subs.
That's congratulations, dude.
Congrats,
Congratulations,
man.
Mazel tov. Congratulations, dude. Good for you. You
Kudos.
finally reached. I remember the feeling, dude. It felt like forever for me. It felt like forever. I think for everyone, right? Getting 100 subs. Like, I remember getting your first 100 subs, dude. Remember that?
Yep. It was the struggle was real.
The struggle was real. The struggle was fucking real. Exactly. So, Wes, let me ask you a question, dude. What was your take overall? Did you enjoy Wendy? Did you... My bad. Did you enjoy Wendy? Did you enjoy SummerSlam? I'm sorry, or Takeover?
Yeah, I want to see Hill Steven versus Wendy at SummerSlam. I mean, at WrestleMania. That would be fucking epic.
I think we all know who'd win that one. I think the fans would win that one, Weston. Let's be fair here. I think the fans would win. Steven would choke out that redheaded step bitch.
No. Walter. Connor. What's the guy? Dave Wilson, right? Dave Williams, the old guy from Wendy's, the founder of Wendy's.
Yes.
You're gonna have me versus the redhead chick and him as the special guest referee and shit. I'm just kidding. No. Hell no.
Yeah, because he's not dead or anything.
Dig him out of the grave.
Yeah, you do that. Smart move, Steven. Weston, out of everything this past week, what was your favorite show? Was it Raw, SmackDown, NXT, SummerSlam, or the Cruiserweight Classic?
Oh boy, I did not watch the Cruiserweight Classic because number one, I'm just getting bored of it. You know what I mean? There's nothing.
Really?
Yeah, nothing but good matches. It's like I see this shit every time I watch Raw and SmackDown. Granted, there's the presentation of everyone being from different countries and whatnot.
Yep.
But still, it's just like,
Okay, well, so how? Because I'm very curious to hear about that. What? When did you stop watching the Cruiserweight Classic? Because I said I just posted my review, and I said it was this past week was overall the best episode they've done so far. But when did you stop watching it?
I stopped watching, I think, around round 3.
So week 3, okay. We're in week what, 8 now or 7?
Yeah,
Jesus,
you stopped 5 weeks ago, dude. I mean, again, listen, dude. Again, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I know a lot of people out there also that don't really like the Cruiserweight Classic. Again, to each their own. You know what I mean? But that's just the way it is. But that's just the way it is, though. You know what I mean? So, Wes, let me ask you a question, bro.
One of the reasons.
Go on. My bad, man.
One of the reasons why I only was watching was because I actually missed Jerry. So when he got eliminated, that was another big reason why I stopped watching.
Okay. You were a fan of Tajiri. You're a fan of the Japanese buzzsaw. Okay.
Yeah, man. Well, my favorite thing to happen this week, though, that's a hard one. I am a big fan of Nakamura, so maybe him winning the world title at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn too.
That was fun. That was actually the icing on the cake. Just people going crazy in New York for that. The entrance overall I thought was lit as fuck. But yeah, that's just my take on Nakamura and NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. What about you, bro? Did you enjoy his entrance though? Did you mark out for the entrance?
Yeah, I marked out for the entrance.
Okay.
The entrance was really cool with the whole violin. And I agree with, I think Solo Monster said, he said, imagine the entrance at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
I think he said that twice for Bobby Roode too.
I don't know about that though. To me, Bobby, I think he'll have a better one. Because I thought the takeover match was amazing. I agree with what he said too. Like, yo, he felt more of a star here than he ever did in TNA. That's the vibe I got from him. Again, I'm not taking anything. I'm not trying to shit on Bobby Roode's NXT run because his time in TNA was amazing. His time in TNA was also good. Remember, he was the longest reigning TNA World Champion, which I was a fan of. Keep that in mind. But he felt more of a star here than he ever did in TNA.
I think a big reason for that is that it's kind of refreshing to see a star that's been in one company for so long, and then when keep
this in mind. Bobby Roode's time in TNA, his run as world champ, was at a time where they were on Spike TV, getting those million views and shit like that. Just saying.
Well, let me ask you a question for you guys. I'll give my opinion, and you guys can go. In my opinion, the most overrated match this weekend was actually the tag team match on the NXT. I thought, don't get me wrong, it was a good, solid match. But again, we see that stuff every week, Suicide Dive. Okay.
I mean, I get where you're again, to each their own. You have every right to your opinion, but the way I look at it too, that was the show of the night. Don't get me wrong. Bayley versus Asuka was a good match, better than the match they had in Dallas. But their objective was to try to outdo last year's takeover, but they didn't. What else? Yeah, Bobby Roode versus Cien Almost Andrade. It was an okay match. It wasn't nothing to brag about. Austin Aries versus that jobber No Way Jose. Whatever. Cool to see Aries get the win. You know what I mean? Other than that, what else did you have on this card? Besides that, I mentioned Bayley versus Asuka too. Joe Nakamura was a good match, but at the same time, again, it was just a good match. But I think the same people were blown away, were already tired after the tag team title match.
Yeah. I assume Kayfabe had to go for a minute.
Yeah, Kayfabe had to step out for a little bit. He had to take care of his kid, so. There you go.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. What's your opinion on Raw going back to 2 hours? Like, I understand that USA Network wanted to go 3 because that means more ad revenue for them, for commercials and shit. But to be honest, I think the money is going back to 2 hours. Because part of the reason why people enjoy SmackDown, or at least enjoy SmackDown more than Raw, is that even when it's bad, it doesn't feel like a drag. You know what I mean?
And I hear you on that, but I think at the same time, though, it's USA Network decision, not a WWE decision. And put it this way as well. Who's to say, if they go back to 2 hours, who's to say that doesn't fix the ratings issue? Because, one thing is us wanting it to go 2 hours, back to how it used to be, but at the same time, who's to say that doesn't change the rating? It still stays the same, like it is now.
I mean, true, that is a risk, but it's just a lot of times every Monday. Let's be honest, it's rare for us to come up here and be like, man, Raw was an amazing show this week. You know what I mean? It's either it was decent or it was boring. It seems like it's one or the other all the time. At least people in the IWC.
I get what you mean, dude. I totally understand what you're saying, dude. But I tell you what, man, I'm gonna take a couple more calls, all right, dude? People want to call in right now, all right?
Yeah.
So I'll talk to you soon, all right, brother? Take it easy, Wilson. Take it easy, brother. All right, that was the Angry Mark. Long-time listener, long-time caller. Guys, if you want to call in again, the number's on the screen, 718-473-0813. This is episode 161 of the Teamheel podcast. We thank you all today for listening to us live. This podcast is also available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, and also over at SoundCloud. If you want to support this podcast, go that extra way to do so. Become a patron over on our Patreon page, where you can get yourself some cool rewards and cool perks in the process. All right. Backlash is going to be coming up soon as well. I saw the poster for Backlash is Dean Ambrose, and I said to myself, the guy is literally the human blue eyes white dragon. It's amazing. It's fucking amazing. All right, 516, you are on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up? I'm Sam. Yeah, from you at a summit at a Wild Wings, you remember?
Sam, what's up, brother? How you been today, bro? How you been?
Been good. SummerSlam was a little disappointing toward the end, but just the experience of going is fun,
Exactly, dude.
Being lost to fans,
Yeah, dude. It's cool meeting you. Was that your brother that you were with? Was that your brother or?
No, that was Brother Nero.
Okay, Brother Nero. Okay, Brother Nero. It was cool seeing you and Brother Nero at Buffalo Wild Wings, dude.
Yeah, met some people on the train. Yeah.
All right. So how you been, bro? How you been? What you want to talk about, man?
I've been good. Very good. I don't know. What was disappointing last night, but I feel like SmackDown's kicking more ass right now.
Say that again, buddy.
I think SmackDown's kicking more ass.
I agree.
SmackDown's kicking more.
And I agree. I mean, the numbers don't lie. The reaction of people is not lying either. Keep this in mind. I don't watch SmackDown that often, not because I choose not to watch it.
What?
What do you mean, what?
SmackDown?
You don't watch SmackDown?
Not that I don't want to watch it, bro. I've been busy with work.
SmackDown was the best show this week.
And it is. And I've heard from people. I've been busy with work, and sometimes when I come out of work, it's already over.
Dude, SmackDown's so good. I'm drinking Blue Mountain Dew right now, and I'm not kidding.
You got a comment from Elena. Hi, Sam. Nice meeting you the other night. There you go. You see? Again, dude, it was cool meeting you, bro. It's cool.
Hold on. Wait a second.
And the guy that said smooth, about the smooth dicks in the video.
Yeah, bro. You see? See, Connor, people want to see on your store over at
Okay.
Connor, I'm promoting here. If you go over to
but I'm trying to make a point here.
www.prowrestlingtees.com/okfade. Head over to the store, buy shirts today. Buy his shirts, such as Definition of a Jobber, the OKFade of Honor, and the Post Raw Rundown t-shirt, and so many others. If you buy more, he'll be able... Go on, Connor. I'm sorry.
That's exactly what I'm getting to. So here's the dealio, guys. If you guys want to know about the whole Smooth Dick thing, which I think I mentioned on the Post Raw Rundown this week, if you want the Smooth Dick t-shirt, I have to get to a certain level on Pro Wrestling Tees first. But, if there is enough demand for it, I will find another way to get the Smooth Dick shirt. So make sure you just constantly comment on all my stuff saying Smooth Dick, Smooth Dick, Smooth Dick. And I have a way of the design is completed. I'm not going to reveal what it is, but the design has been completed for the Smooth Dick t-shirt.
So guys,
you want it? That was a couple of days ago too.
So guys,
I was gonna say, I really appreciate that, man. I was gonna say, like, I saw the order come in. I'm like, I didn't recognize the name, so I wanted to personally thank you for that. It really means a lot to me.
I don't even know what color I ordered in, but I forget.
Hold up, time out. Okay, how is it a shameless plug? I want to know that right now. It's not like I'm promoting my stuff, promoting Connor stuff.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
So hold on, because I feel like you keep saying that shit. But if Connor is a straight shooter, time out. See, it's okay. It's a shameless plug when I do it, but if Connor could promote his stuff, is that a shameless plug then? I don't want to keep it 100 here. Like, yo,
it's joking, Steven. Relax. Listen, we do this all the time where we shamelessly plug stuff on each other's channels all the time. It's just a joke.
I know, but still, it's like, yo, all right. So but when you do it, I don't see another shameless plug, Connor. You don't see that shit.
But hey, I have always shameless plugs. Always. This is getting really dirty, actually.
But when I do it, sorry,
Sam, go ahead.
Put your heads in shame.
I want to mention about the new women's belt. I think you just bring back the old one if they're going to be lazy.
Thank you.
Yeah, just bring back the old one, or just create one that looks different or something.
To be honest with you,
not the old one.
To be honest with you, the more I thought about it, when me and Steven were talking about the whole the design of the championships, my biggest gripe more so is the names. So are they just going to call them the SmackDown champion, the SmackDown Tag Team, and SmackDown Women's Champions? They're not going to have anything like.
I would have. I mean, to anything, I would have called the Women's Championship of the World. Give us that extra touch. You know what I mean?
I'd be okay with that.
That idea, probably the Universal title.
Oh God, not Universal Tag Team and Universal Women's
Universal
Champion.
Title is bigger than the world title. That's the title of the universe. It's Kevin Dunn's idea.
I mean, could be worse.
God bless Kevin Dunn and his ability to, continuously remind us of the things we hate about WWE sometimes.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Now, let me ask you a question, dude. What match did you enjoy at SummerSlam?
AJ Styles and Cena.
Who'd have thunk, right? Like, I said this on my review. We saw like all the if you look at the card of all the matches at SummerSlam on paper, like I was saying before, really solid card. Like there was a couple matches like, oh, that's gonna be a dream match. This is gonna tear the house down, and ultimately, Cena versus Styles was the one that captivated our hearts. It's bizarre like that.
I mean,
Yeah.
who would have thought this though, right? Who would have thought that Cena would put over AJ Styles? Not even that, but clean.
That was the part that was shocking the most.
I'll be real. When Cena hit that AA from the middle turnbuckle, I'm like, yep, it's over. It's over. It's over.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, buddy. Ask away, man. Ask away.
I think he could win the title at Backlash, or could he give like more time or something, or like just wait till like a big Survivor Series or a bigger tape?
Honestly, if it was up to me, they give it to Styles Sword. Because I'll be real with you guys. I like Dean Ambrose. Don't get me wrong. But he does nothing for me. Like,
you don't like the Ambrose?
No. He's a good wrestler. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a good performer. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like, and he doesn't look like someone that, he's champion. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't look like a champion to me.
I don't like the way
some of the other guys don't have, like, some of the guys from, like, I love NXT, but like some of the people like on NXT don't have character, I don't have a character though,
See, the thing with me, and I'm kind of agreeing with Steven on this one, is that Dean does nothing to me as champion, and his character, if anything, has been watered down because he's supposed to be the loose cannon, the reckless, crazy, like, on the fringe character, which I love. But to be honest, since he's been champion, we've seen none of that.
He's bullied the same coming of Brian Pillman.
Well, they're certainly not portraying him like that.
Exactly.
If anything, I would much rather pull. I would
definitely go. My back on. Damn it! Fuck me. Go on.
Not without a drink first. I would personally put the belt on Styles, like Steven said, just because you're going to get a kick-ass match no matter what. Have him hold the belt until Mania, and just having him win it on the first SmackDown event or SmackDown pay-per-view that they're doing. No. It'd be huge in so many levels, especially with him winning the WWE title. I mean, it would blow the roof off the place.
You have him retain at WrestleMania. Yeah. You know what you do? You have him come back against John Cena.
What about you, Sam? What would you do? Would you put the belt on Styles?
Yeah, he can say he won like a world title, like all the promotions, like he's fancy, all the big like wrestling promotions.
Okay, do I look at it too like this as well? You can tell that WWE has the serious. What's what I'm looking for here? They hold AJ Styles to a high value.
Well, apparently after he was on the Stone Cold podcast, that he impressed a lot of people. And to be fair, he's been impressing a lot of people since he showed up.
He's like number 2 in merch, right? Apparently, he's number 2.
It's not just the merch; it's his attitude, his match consistency, it's his attitude as far as like he's gracious to be in WWE. Like he's very blessed, he's very honest, he's very, if you realistically think about it, Styles did not. What's that?
He didn't like a lot of it out before, if he retired because he's like, he's almost 40, He don't know how much longer he's going to be there for.
Exactly. He's
true.
Almost 40.
And that's the
Keep that
in
in
mind.
The thing. He's almost 40, but he does look 40.
He's like 20,
Exactly. So we're gonna say.
Well, that's the thing too. I was just saying, like, you have to understand too that WWE does not need him, and vice versa.
Exactly.
AJ Styles did not need to go to WWE. He didn't need to. He was making a huge scene he was making huge waves on the independent scene. He was making huge waves on, he obviously had his career in TNA, Ring of Honor, all that stuff. He could have easily retired from wrestling and still be considered one of the best wrestlers of all time. And understandably and rightfully so. He didn't need to go to WWE, but he did, and we're all glad he did because we're getting to see some amazing matches. And take him while you can. Might as well at this point. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
God damn it! I really hate that Universal Championship belt. Fuck,
I
Steve.
get it,
Saw
but
the
at the same time, though, let's just embrace the fact that it may not be long till we have AJ Styles in WWE. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day,
and in 2K17.
Yeah, he's added 2K17. Again, his merch is flying off the wall right now. No pun intended. Build a giant wall. But I think at the same time, again, it shows you how much they value him right now. Where he been drafted on the where he been drafted in the WWE draft, like in the top 5, number 3.
Yep.
And so much shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know what the cruiserweight belt's gonna look like.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid it's gonna be a purple.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's gonna look like a Jolly Ranchers.
It's like, you put all the belts together, look like a bowl of Skittles. Seriously, that's what it's gonna look like at some point. Shit.
You know what that looks like? Sweetest Fish. There's a Sweetest Fish of red.
I know it's crazy from what I saw the other day. I think I saw it today on a meme.
Steven, did you lean away from your mic? I can't barely hear you.
Hold up. All right, I'm back. You hear me now?
Okay.
Good.
Perfect.
I saw this meme on from TNA Fan Zone, their Facebook page, whatever, and
Yep.
it's like, oh, where WWE gets their idea for the belts, and it's pretty much a picture of pretty patties.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, my man. Listen, we're gonna take a couple more calls, dude. All right.
All right, nice talking to you.
All right, Sam, take it easy, all right, brother.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.
They seen you, Sam. All right. Take it easy,
All right.
brother. But yeah, I mean, again, it comes to show you how much they really value AJ Styles, dude, and I like that too. And it's funny, people were saying a couple months ago, "Oh, he's gonna get buried, man. Gonna get buried."
Oh, I was just thinking about this like before, like when you were just mentioning it. So like if you think about Styles as running WWE, he came in Royal Rumble, great way to debut, in my opinion. Jericho, right? Then Roman for the belt for a couple of months, then Cena, and then back to the belt.
Not only that, but yo, they let him keep his finisher.
We don't want none. We don't want none.
Dude. They let him keep his finisher. They let him keep the P1 logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yeah, they let him keep all the intellectual property. I can't talk for shit right now.
They don't want none. We don't
They
want
don't want none. We don't want none. We don't want none.
Get all the scab on the top. They don't want none.
Fuckers, we don't want none. Anyway, so what else are we talking about? How about Miz going berserk?
Exactly, dude. It's fucking insane. Right
Holy shnikes.
yeah. I'll say this overall. I thought
Yeah?
overall, probably the best promo I've seen from Miz.
Oh yeah, that was probably his best promo I've ever
But
seen. I think that only coupled with when he won the WWE title for the first time.
No. The other promo I saw from, I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Back in 2010, this was leading up to Rumble when he was facing with MVP for the U.S. title. It's him like backstage at Raw, right? And he's walking up to the ring. He talks about his time where he got booted out of the locker room and JBL used to make fun of him and shit. And I remember the line he said, "I would rather have you all boo me hate me for everything that I am than love me for something that I'm not."
Yep.
That was probably his best promo.
Right.
Prior to this.
Boom.
In my opinion.
Suck it.
You know, now, does this mean, hey, they're going to fucking elevate this guy? I don't know. I don't want to say right now. I'll say this, though. His match against fucking Apollo Crews wasn't really my cup of tea.
I mean, it showcased some of the better athleticism of Cruz, I thought, but it was nothing to write home about, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're saying, oh, is Brian going to come out of retirement? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to come out of retirement. No, he's not.
Anyway. We got a caller.
Dave Sack, you're here, buddy.
Oh, my God.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a while.
It's
Been a
fucking
while. How you been, man?
Dude, you're speaking low, dude. We don't hear you. You sound
411. What's going on right now?
chilling here, bro. How about you, man?
Doing good, man. I just got out of work. Well, I don't work there anymore, but for a hot second, I was working in the meat department, man. Whole different environment from what I've been working in, you know.
You work the meat department now. You working the meat.
Yeah.
This is-
Cutting all and packaging and stuff at the grocery store.
So
Anyway,
you're packing and wrapping meat?
I was.
Ah,
I don't do that anymore.
sorry. I'm being 12 years old and making horrible jokes.
It's all good.
Well,
I hate
pretty much.
I hate the Miz, but he was more in the situation by Straight Shooter. Cody Collier. Miz is awesome. Straight Shooter. WWE, what is wrong? What is wrong, customer? Me. Your dumb pretty patties turned my belts purple.
You guys are talking about the whole Miz thing from Smack Talk?
Yeah, that was that was so good in so many ways. And what the funny thing, the really thing I liked about it the most was there was a lot of truth in what Miz said. If you really break it down.
Yeah, he's naming an injury that he's ever had. He hasn't for 10 years.
Yeah,
it's not that. It's the way he wrestles.
Yeah, the only injury that he has ever had, dental worked, because AJ Styles.
Yep.
Michael Corbin writes here, time for an unappreciated wrestler of the week.
Unappreciated wrestler? There you go, The Miz.
There you go,
Bam.
yeah. There you go, The
I
Miz.
appreciate him. I actually really like him as Intercontinental Champion, to be completely honest with you.
Okay,
honestly, I hope he keeps the belt till WrestleMania.
The reason why I didn't call to join the regular live show is because I'm actually going to record an audio full explanation behind my personal opinion of this whole Miz thing. But I'll give a quick skinny.
Cool.
All right, so listen, Miz said a lot of good stuff, but there's something you got to understand. He has this mentality. I mean, you got to always have a mentality like you should be WWE champion, because if your goal going in there is to not be the best, go home. But his portrayal of it is so overly pushed, and he doesn't back it up to that caliber, and so it makes people like Daniel Bryan, who actually got there and stayed in that limelight, for a long period of time, feel like, yeah, man, he's a punk, and it's it sounds stupid, but let me ask you this: how many top names, going all the way back to Hogan, how many top names going back from Hogan to Cena, to the current era, didn't include either an impact on the crowd or a risk in what they did, rather it be promo-wise, live mic skills, or in the ring? Can you name anybody? Because if you can give me a name of someone who made it to the top without either of those, fuck, even Bob Backlund, when he went crazy, that was a risk, because prior to that he was such an American-made role model, doing things for the kids, wrestling, having the title for many years. But when I say risk or impact, it's the impact of Hogan. He sucked in the ring. People say Cena 5 moves of doom, but it was the impact he had on his life with his promos. He could connect with the crowd and draw them in, and that's the one thing I think Miz is missing. Miz has always been that person who, he's the modern day Rick Martel.
Huh. Okay.
Okay.
He's
I
Rick
just
Martel.
never heard that I just never heard that comparison of the Miz.
I'm sorry. It's like if they had a match where you're not supposed to touch the face, he's the modern person of the era to be in that match. And I've always had this opinion about Miz and it's similar to why Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Miz has always been like the golden watch boy, whereas he plays it safe in the ring to have longevity, which is true. That's the one thing he did say towards Daniel Bryan. He's still wrestling, Daniel Bryan isn't, but he doesn't take a risk. But he keeps getting these title runs because he's doing these stupid things as an ambassador for the company. Who gives a fuck about the Marine 5, starring him and his wife, Heath Slater, and Curtis Axel?
I don't think it's that. I mean, I think that's a part of it, but I don't think that's a key component as
For
to why.
God's sakes, during the last pay-per-view, he dressed up as a chicken to take on Colonel Sanders.
That was actually during a SmackDown after segment, but that's besides the point.
That's
The point
around
is,
the
is that
point.
he's been consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
The biggest thing I took away from Miz's promo was how truthful it was about how he wrestles a safer style.
And not only
and
that,
everything he said was completely true.
And not only that, but had real emotion behind it.
He was bullshit. Whether or not it was a work or a shoot is irrelevant. That part of that came out on him. And honestly, he made it, I can't disagree with anything Miz has said. He was talking, he was being confronted about being a coward, but yet that style of him wrestling has never got him injured and always been consistent in WWE for 10 straight years. I don't hear about that. We don't hear about that. And granted, I'm not taking any disrespect away from Daniel Bryan, but you do have to appreciate the Miz for being able to and
Be
anybody
there
who
that
wrestles
long.
and anybody who wrestles that style. And granted, I am being somewhat hypocritical saying this, and I am completely aware of that because I am a fan of the cruiserweight style with the cruiserweight classic and the craziness and the aerial flips. But on the flip side of that too, I can understand why, in general, why WWE wrestles in different styles compared to the indie quote unquote style because of the high risk, especially with their travel schedule. It's suicide.
I'll give you
If
another.
there's no way. The reason the indies get over as much as they do with the craziness and the crazy crap we saw like in Ring of Honor or other things like that too is because they're not wrestling as frequently as WWE is. WWE is wrestling 5 days out of the week, in theory, and
And not only that, and not only that, but a lot of guys in the indies, nothing is really sure they're gonna ever go to WWE. And a lot of times they really go all in with that stiff style and shit. Because guess what? YouTube clicks. People are gonna be watching that. Ooh, look at that! Look at that strong lariat that guy just took. For perfect another example, Will Ospreay. Yes, I know a lot of people like him. I like him too. But he just said something on an interview a couple weeks ago. I think a couple months ago. Where he said he's already had 7 concussions.
Right, and that's the other thing too all these indie guys have to, and again, I'm not saying I don't like it, but the indie guys have an uphill battle because they don't have the ability to tell stories. They don't have the ability to tell rivalries like WWE or TNA with like the production value and like these like the story of a rivalry. So they have to rely on high spots and crazy stiffness in matches to get their name out there, which is kind of really freaking dangerous if you think about it. But at the same time, you shrug your shoulders because it's like, well, it's kind of true because it's like, they're going to, are they going to talk about like a WWE style match or are they going to talk about, a crazy 450 splash that you saw, a crazy this or crazy that? Hell, I'll give you a beautiful example. Finn Balor. Matt Bloom.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. And this is the only, I'm not trying to desecrate Finn Balor as far as his SummerSlam injury or anything like that. That's not my point. This is my point. Matt Bloom did a whole like career retrospective of Finn Balor, and I believe they did it on the Breaking Ground on the special. And Matt Bloom, the head NXT coach, said, and I quote, "If Finn didn't have his success in New Japan, he would not be in WWE."
Wow.
No,
swear to God.
That was on that was on the network special of the Demon. If you go on the
it was either Breaking Ground, maybe it was 24, one of the two. But my point being is, the head coach said more or less, and I could be paraphrasing it, but I'm very 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 accurate in the sense of that he basically said if it wasn't for the success that Finn Balor had in Japan, he would not be probably in WWE, or he wouldn't have the opportunity to be successful in WWE.
Well, I wanted to ask 2 things. One, we're talking about this Miz thing. And he's talking about, like, he wrestles a safer style, What's the best way to even describe his style? Because, okay, you got guys like Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, I wouldn't even consider him fully his style isn't really cruiserweight. He's technical. And then you got the actual cruiserweight style / lucha, high flying. And excuse me, freaking dog. And then you got they missed the show too. You got like the powerhouses. You got like straight dominators like Brock Lesnar. And then you just have a wrestler. Like someone who
Miz
almost Heath Slater like is that the best? Like, are they in the same category?
Miz is your typical all-American boy wrestler who happens to have upscale propaganda Hollywood movie glitz. Okay. That's what he is, all right. In my opinion.
All right, and the add-on question that I want to add to this is, do you think a lot of what he is saying would be complete bullshit if he had more main event like pushes? Because you got to admit it, in WWE, when you're telling a story, if you're in the main event, like on a consistent level, I'm not saying you have to be a spot monkey, but you do have to take some risk. You do have to take some spots that are risky.
Dude, speak a little loud, dude.
Sorry. You gotta do certain spots. Like at certain times, you gotta go through a table. You gotta do a superplex. Like he's involved. Was Miz involved in the ladder match at WrestleMania?
Yeah, he was.
It's like you gotta do stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. I forgot he was even in that match because it was so star-studded with other people. But it's just like, I don't like Miz. He comes off like he could have been. I mean, he got his one title run, and that was good. I'm not gonna lie, for a heel, that was good. He got me to hate him. But the thing that I just like, I don't feel is like he comes off saying, well, I wrestled this safe style, and if it was, and maybe if you wrestled like me, you'd still be wrestling. And it's just like, he's right, but he didn't get as many opportunities as, say, Daniel Bryan to put on a high-quality performance. I mean, Daniel Bryan did it as Bryan Danielson on the indie scene for most of his career, but you look at The Miz, and it's like most of his career has been mid-card. And it's like, if he spent most of his career impacting the fans to get to the main event, like throughout his whole career, then you would think like certain spots that he's done might take a few years off, like he wouldn't be wrestling as long or something, Like, what do you guys think about that?
I have to.
Because even Cena, I mean, Cena's been top guy for 10 years, but that's because they can't build anybody else. But you got to believe his body's got to be a wreck.
What, Cena's?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think Cena's body's a wreck.
I mean, it's because he's had surgery and stuff on numerous occasions. But I'm saying that, like, Cena's a bad example because he's inhuman.
Right.
Like he recovers insane.
Right.
But okay, perfect example, CM Punk.
Yep.
That guy turned out to be a wreck, like from all the years of performing.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Here's the thing. Wrestling is not ballet. We all fucking know that. We all know that for a goddamn fact. Wrestling is what it is. But you also have to understand too that wrestling, as far as the presentation and the way that performers are cradled, coddled, whatever you want to call it, has drastically changed. Drastically. Yes, obviously, the Attitude Era, the hardcore style, that craziness, like it's definitely changed. It's just a matter of, I'm trying to think of the best way to example this, but I remember Ric Flair telling someone about like doing an interview about like how to call a match. And he talks about like, not giving everything away, because if you give everything away, when it comes time to give something, you have nothing left to give. And that's, exactly. And at first I thought he was referring to like a crazy move, but if not, the more I thought about it, it's more about like just in general, your overall ability. A lot of people want to badmouth the WWE style because they're not going as crazy, and this was kind of an argument more back in the day of, trying to bear with me. I'm trying to find like the way to phrase it. They were like holding them back, like, oh, they could do so much more if WWE was holding them back, and that's still somewhat of an argument to this day. But the more you think about it, it kind of holds true to this argument of they're going nuts and they're going to kill each other over it. Now, Punk grew up in a old school style. You have to remember that Punk grew up. When I say grew up, I mean he trained up and worked his way through during that craziness. I mean, his matches with Raven alone in Ring of Honor, you can kind of see what my point is with that. And he has that old school mentality. And he admitted that he would have a nagging injury and not do anything about it. So it's kind of catch-22 on that one. It's a double-edged sword. It's like, okay, it's the never-ending circle. Who can blame what on that one? I'm not saying it's Punk's fault, but I'm not saying it's totally WWE's fault either, in the sense of, it's, point either which way.
I totally understand what you're saying, because one word you brought up was Ring of Honor, and I just finally caught up yesterday. I saw Death Before Dishonor,
right?
And I saw Lethal versus Adam Cole, baby, and like, great match. You know, they always have great matches, but the thing is, they always overdo it with every performance.
That's style, dude.
As someone who watches wrestling in general, it's like, is it fully necessary? Look, I saw at least two cutters, you know, from Jay Lethal,
right?
And at least, I saw 4 of whatever Adam Cole's finisher is, and it's like the move he hit before the last one of his finishers. I was like, you don't need to hit anything else. It's like, that's the thought I constantly.
You gotta understand that you gotta understand, even though Ring of Honor is trying to become a mainstream and all you want, they still have the independent mindset. A lot of these guys,
I totally understand that.
You know what I mean? So in that style, that's what put them on the map.
I totally understand.
You know what I mean? So,
but like, the thing that you got to understand about a lot of new viewers of Ring of Honor now is they're so used to the mindset of how a wrestling match should be, coming from WWE. And let's say, as a viewer of WWE, the closest thing that we got to a Ring of Honor match was actually John Cena, AJ Styles. Because that whole match was, okay, let's just continue, we'll do finisher after finisher and just kick out at 2 throughout the whole match. That's what that match was.
I think it was more like, happens. Yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean there, but it didn't take away it was a good match. Though, didn't take that away.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't a good match. It was an awesome match. It's just that, like.
So let's not complain about it then. If it was an awesome match, like you're saying, then if it's an awesome match, we shouldn't find anything to critique about it. You know what I mean? That's just my take on it.
No. There's nothing to critique. It's just that, like.
Then why are you complaining about it then? If it's such an awesome match.
What I'm trying to like make a somewhat of a comparison. Whereas it's like in ROH, that's the norm, but it's like in WWE, that's something you're gonna see, like, maybe not every pay-per-view, but at least like okay, like in a Cena feud, you might see that as like the second or third match in the feud. You know, so like. Not every pay-per-view are you going to see a match where it's finisher after finisher, kick out. You know, it's like, that's the kind of thing that it's like, if you want to venture out of the WWE bubble as a viewer, you have to understand that, like, there are different styles. And it's like, everything that you might say is, okay, this is what normally ends a match in a WWE ring, a move that you know is so impactful. It's like, you see it like done with ease in ROH, and you're just like a WWE viewer going to a ROH show for the first time, seeing Adam Cole versus Jay Lethal, one lethal injection, and you're like, that should have ended it right then and there. But you know it's not going to do it. Like a guy like you, Steve, you knew the first lethal injection, it wasn't over. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, fair enough, my man. Tell you what, bro. I'll take a couple more calls, dude, then wrap up the show. All right, brother?
All right, peace.
Peace, buddy. Take it easy. And that was Dave Sack, guys. That was Dave Sack. Connor, did you hear this news about Cody Rhodes, dude? Apparently, he did an interview. Apparently, in this interview, he said that his dad told him to leave WWE 4 years ago.
So wait, 4 years ago, that would have been what, 2012?
Yeah.
Interesting. He's saying that on interviews?
It was apparently like around an interview. Apparently like around 2012. Yeah, WrestleMania 28, around there.
I'm trying to think who he was feuding with. 28. Was he just doing the dashing thing? No, he was doing the undashing thing, right?
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not too surprised about that.
Yeah, exactly.
I really can't wait. Like, I know Cody just started. He just started doing the indie stuff, right?
Yeah, he had a match with Chris Hero. Funny
can't
spot
wait.
of the first
I'm
spot
so
of that
happy
match.
for him.
Funny spot of the match, dude. He fucking hit Chris Hero with a 2-liter bottle of fucking Diet Coke. Best spot of the match.
Wow.
Yeah. It's fucking insane, dude. Indie wrestling is amazing. Just sometime in the summertime, it's hot as fuck. It was hot as fuck. Joey Styles showed up, cut like a shoot promo, went in on Galloway, went in on EC3, and Dustin, a.k.a. Chuck Taylor.
Bum, bum, bum.
Fun time.
But did you want to wrap things up here, my friend, or did you want to throw anything else out there?
I mean, other than that, there was UC 202, Connor versus Nate Diaz too. Connor got the win. Whip-de-doo.
Sure did. Oh.
Yeah, you did, Connor. You whooped that ass, bro. You put in that work, dude.
Whoop that ass.
You put in that work.
But, anywho, I'm good. I don't know about you, my friend.
Yes, I guess I'm good also, dude. I'm chilling
Cool.
here. I still gotta do some editing, but other than that,
all right.
This wraps up episode 161 of the Teamheel podcast. We thank you all tonight for tuning in live, for listening to this humble little podcast that we do for each and every one of you every single week. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you can also catch this podcast on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, and yeah. If you want to support this podcast, go that extra mile to do so. Head over to our Patreon and get yourself some cool perks and rewards in the process. So yeah, follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Follow the Teamheel Podcast on Twitter at Teamheel Podcast, and yeah, it's for me. Take it away,
Boom.
Connor.
Of course, you know my deal. My name is Connor, a.k.a. OKFave. Follow me over on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/OKFave, where I do all sorts of kick-ass reviews and all that fun wrestling, breaking, gossip, news, and rumors and reviews and all that crazy shit. Of course, you can follow me over at Twitter at OKFave, where I tweet during the shows. Also, head over to OneWrestling.com, OneWrestling.com video, where you can see my SmackDown Rebound reviews, as I'm the official OneWrestling.com SmackDown video correspondent. Whatever the hell that means. Of course, Facebook, Patreon, ProWrestlingTees.com/OKFave, all that stuff over on the Twitter and the YouTube channel, so go check it out now.
And we're out like Janice Titties. And yeah, we'll be back next week, guys, for more of the Teamheel Podcast. Good night, everyone.